We back. Another episode of Getting Buckets, man. I'm Will. That is Brevin. And we are back to discuss all of these basketball topics of what's trending
Yes,
lately,
yes.
along with some other just, life questions and hilarious questions that we're going to bring y'all later as well. But make sure y'all hit that like button, make sure y'all hit that subscribe button, make sure y'all share, and make sure y'all tapped in to everything Getting Buckets, man. Brevin, how you
Yo,
doing?
I'm great, man. How are you? Blessed and
Man, I
highly
can't complain.
favored, man.
I can't complain.
What you want to talk about?
Our Lakers are going home though.
Oh, yeah. We didn't hit our ceiling. This is
Yeah.
where we this is where we fall off.
The good thing is like, see, this I don't mind because I felt like without Luca we wasn't beating OKC. So like having that comfort of mind is one thing. Losing to a team where I feel like the Lakers could beat is what would piss me off. Knowing that the Lakers are going to
Facts.
lose doesn't affect my soul like that.
And it like this is going. They are going to win the championship.
Yeah,
Because
very
the
likely.
Spurs can't stop them. Because Spurs look like they're struggling with Minnesota. Even though Minnesota and OKC, I feel like that's going to be an interesting matchup.
Oh
But
yeah,
if nobody in the West can do it, definitely nobody in the East can.
yeah. Actually, I'm gonna take that back because I actually have the Minnesota Timberwolves coming out of the Western Conference.
Mhm.
I've had them since like March or so. I've had them coming out of the Eastern Conference. Question now is just how healthy can Anthony Edwards get throughout the rest of this playoffs. As long as he can continue to get healthy and don't have any setbacks on that knee or whatever,
Yeah,
I still like them. I feel like they match up very well, especially if they gonna need J Dub to come back. So I don't
yeah,
believe that they can beat Minnesota without J Dub being healthy. So we'll see how that is. And he's going to be coming back right into the thick of things in the playoffs again. So we'll see if he can get right back into action. But we're gonna get right on into it. We'll touch on some of the playoffs later. But I feel like the biggest story of the week has been like Draymond Green and Austin Rivers.
Oh man, they
Uh,
they got beef.
yeah, they've been beefing back and forth. It started because Draymond on his podcast said that Steve Kerr kind of held him back from being more of an offensive player. I mean, a lot of people chimed in, including Austin Rivers, saying, he's like delusional and that he fell into the perfect spot and this, that, and the third. So now it's led to a back and forth where each of them have kind of talked about the other's playing careers and what they haven't done or what they're lucky to have. Austin Rivers talking about in Draymond's case, he's lucky to have been drafted next to Steph Curry and Klay Thompson, or he would have been a regular player. And Draymond Green talking about how Austin Rivers pretty much peaked in high school is pretty much what Draymond said. So, man, how you feel about that back and forth?
Shoot, I honestly like Draymond, my dog, but Austin Rivers was talking this shit. I ain't gonna lie, he was popping it, and I feel like it was a lot of stuff he was saying was like you got to look at. Like, I mean, for you to say Steve Kerr held you back offensively is like Draymond. What offensive game have you ever had? Like,
Yeah.
if that's the case, like why you wasn't in the gym working on your 3 pointers on your own? Like, your coach just not gonna say, okay, we don't want you to get better. Like, come on, bro. Like, if that's what you want, like, go work on your offense. A lot of players do it. And then on top of that, like, I think like what Austin Rivers says, like he fell into a good spot to where he didn't have to, and that's understandable. Like, but you don't got to blame it on the coach saying the coach held you back to be an offensive player. Like, no, you chose not to be an offensive player because you was like, oh, I can do other things, which is okay. Like, so a lot of shit that Austin Rivers was saying was valid. Like, he fell into a good spot. How many players get to fall on the team with the top 5 players in the world? Like, and then on top of that, you had Iguodala, you had another Hall of Famer, KD, that you pushed away with your anger management, and you had Jordan Poole, and then not to mention like a lot of the role players like Livingston and like all those. Like, he had a good team. So I mean, that's what Austin Reeves was saying, and Austin Reeves. That's what Austin Rivers was saying, and I don't see no flaws in what he was saying
He
because he
also
also
had
gives
Klay Thompson.
Clay Thompson, like, and but Austin Rivers also gives him his dues. Like, he's like, yeah, I mean, I wasn't trying to diminish your career. I wasn't trying to tell you like that you sucked, but I'm just letting it be known, like, yeah, you a Hall of Famer, but you had a perfect situation. Not to mention your top GMs, like your GMs who was able to like put people around that squad. But I don't know. I feel like Draymond and his ego can kind of get him in trouble sometimes. And like I don't know. I feel like that's what happened with KD. It was like he just felt like I don't know. He got like this alpha dog mentality, and for him to have that, he's by far not the best player on the team, which is saying a lot. But I don't know. I rock with what Austin Rivers is saying because I feel like Draymond just be prideful sometimes, just be talking out the side of his neck.
Yeah, I agree with some of what you said. I agree with some of what Draymond said. I agree with some of what Austin Rivers said. I think this really sparked because I think Austin Rivers in his initial interview, and the initial thing he said, he was in an interview. I forgot who it was with, but he was in an interview. And somebody asked him about it, and he was like, "Draymond is he's a fantastic player. He's going to be in the Hall of Fame, this, that, and the third. But I don't think Steve Kerr really held him back. That was more of just Draymond is just simply not a great offensive player. And from that standpoint, like." Yeah, understandable. And I think Draymond took it out of context and took it as more of a slight than what Austin Rivers intended for it to be. And a lot of people jumped on Draymond and said, "What do you mean? Like all this time you could have, improved your offensive game." But with that said, I think some people also took what he said out of context. When he said that, I don't think he meant he was that Steve Kerr stopped him from being Devin Booker or anything like that. But I think what he does think is that if Steve Kerr had given him more ability to be more of an offensive player, he could have been closer to a 16, 17 point per game score along with what he does rebounding, passing, defensively. I don't think what he meant was he was going to be a 30-point scorer. So I think that was also taken out of context because, yes, his jumper hasn't improved to the point in which because that's what everybody jumps on is the jumper, and rightfully so. But there's a lot of people that get that average, 20 plus, let alone 16, 17 that don't have a jumper. And I think if he was given more leeway offensively, you can't tell me he couldn't be around 16, 17 points just around like think about what Sengun does. And to me, I don't think Sengun has anything great. I feel like he flails and flops. He does a bunch of up and unders and stuff like that, which, is fine in his arsenal, but I also feel like he travels a lot in his moves. And I feel like what Draymond was saying was that if he had more of that kind of leeway, he could be closer to that. Which I could see a 16, 17 point per game score. Yeah. But yeah, if he was including, he was going to magically become a 28, 29, 30 point per game score, then yeah, he's out of his mind. But I don't think that me personally, I don't think that's what he meant. And I think a lot of people, that's when they heard that, that's what they thought. Like he was saying all of a sudden he was going to be Kevin Durant or Devin Booker or Anthony Edwards scoring the basketball. And I don't think that's what he meant. So I think a lot of this came from a lot of people talking like they took, whether it was Draymond or Austin Rivers or other people that commented on what Draymond said. I think a lot of people took things out of context and what he was saying.
My thing is with Draymond, though, I don't think it was right to blame Steve Kerr for that. Because at the end of the day, your team has scores. You don't need that to be your job. You have top tier scorers on your team, whereas which is everybody can't touch the ball. So your position is fine. I don't think the coach is the reason for that. I just think your team is built on scorers, and you don't have to be a scorer in order for y'all to succeed. I don't believe that is coach because who wouldn't want I'm sure Steve Kerr would have been happy if he can get under the rim and put a putback dunk or give Steph Curry a break or give Klay Thompson a break on scoring. I don't think it was right for him to blame Steve Kerr for that because now I feel like it adds friction between him and the coach, whereas it don't need to be. Your job is fine. Y'all won championships with you being the person you are. You didn't have to score. You had top tier scores.
Yeah. But I think that's what he's saying though. Because and Steve Kerr is right to do so. We have Steph Curry. We have Klay Thompson. I don't need you to I don't even need your 16 or 17. I need you to be exactly what you're doing, getting these guys around. We're gonna run this offense where there's a bunch of motion. We're gonna set these pin downs and back picks for Steph Curry and Klay and KD when he was there so they can run off and have easy open looks and jump shots. Jordan Poole. And I think that's what Draymond is saying is that like I don't think Draymond is complaining about the role. I just think he's saying because I think a lot of people, and I think what more so is what he's saying is a lot of people when you talk about Draymond, they act like Draymond is not a good player because he doesn't I'm gonna say more so casuals because if you understand the game of basketball, you understand
Yeah,
Draymond is a fantastic
he's
basketball player, high IQ, and the Warriors don't have a single championship if Draymond's not on that team. But
defense.
all that. But a
Facilitate.
casual will go on there and say, "Oh, he only averages 8 points a game." Blah blah blah. And so I think more so he's talking to them, and it's like, and he's like, in college, I averaged 16, 17 my senior year. It's like, so if I was given opportunity, I feel like I could have averaged somewhere around that in the NBA. Again, if he was talking about he was going to become a 30-point scorer and Steve Kerr hindered him from that, I completely disagree with that. But I do believe in like a right situation, he could have been a 15, 16
Yeah,
point per game scorer.
like a
But
Charles
again,
Barkley.
even him being a 15, 16 point per game scorer, you're going to need a Steph Curry and Klay Thompson to go along with that to add to it. So I like a lot of things were said, and I feel like him landing in the perfect situation was true. And he landed, and he was able to make a Hall of Fame career out of it. But I think two things can be true. They also could have been on that team and not necessarily won, but he also could have had better stats. So it's just like, yeah, two things can be true. In Draymond's mind, he probably does believe he could have averaged 5-6 points per game more than what he does. But it also could be said that if he did average that, are they still 4-time champions? Because you could argue that might take away from Steph, Clay, KD, and those other players. So it's a very nuanced conversation. But yeah, them boys, they was beefing.
Going at it at the end, also, let's just agree to be frenemies.
Yeah, yeah, and typically when it's a player that is because Draymond's going to the Hall of Fame, Austin Rivers is not. So typically in this situation, I would have told whoever the lesser player was, stop talking on this man's name because you ain't the quality of player that he is.
Yeah.
But in this case, I feel like again Austin Rivers wasn't trying to take a slight at Draymond Green. But Draymond Green took it as that, which called for Austin Rivers to kind of just double back and just explain his piece and go back at because he was calling Austin Rivers out. He was like, now I'm going at your neck because you came at my neck. I wasn't trying to do that initially. So I don't got no problem with Austin Rivers doubling back the first time because I don't believe he said anything to like provoke this heated conversation. I just think Draymond took it the wrong way.
Yeah.
And then it sparked into what it became.
Yeah, and I think like even though Austin Rivers not Hall of Fame, he knows basketball though.
Yeah,
he had a great high school and college career. Like he know basketball, but yeah, I just think I don't think he meant to slight him in any way. I think he took it the wrong way. I think Draymond took it the wrong way, and um, now we're here. But
now we're
yeah,
here.
nah, but I feel Draymond too, though. I feel him. Like sometimes you can hear a bunch of noise in your ear, and then it's like, oh, what you say? So, and it makes you want to react. But especially him.
Exactly. And I think that's where that original comment came from. It's like all those people that say Draymond is not a good basketball player because he doesn't score 20 points per game is like what he was addressing. And he's saying, I could have done more. I could have done more if I was in a different situation. I could have done more. That doesn't mean that I would have won championships or anything. But you guys want to talk about points. I felt like I could have scored more points than I did if I wasn't on a team with Steph Curry and Klay Thompson and the other scorers we had. My role wasn't to do that.
And that's what it is. That's what you say. You don't say I blame Steve Kerr for not giving me the opportunity. You say I just was in a position where I didn't need to score. If I was on a 76ers, if I was on a Pistons, then I would be, then I could have been that player that y'all expect me to be. But my job doesn't call for that.
Exactly. And I think that was the message he was trying to get across. And so and I feel like he's right in that. I feel like I'm not gonna say easily, but I definitely feel like when I see some of these guys that have averaged 15, 16, 17 points per game, I definitely think if you give Draymond a couple more shots, even because likely he's gonna get at least let's say he gets 2 to 4 free throws per game, and that takes his average up from 8 to 9 points per game to already just 12, 13 without even multiple more shots. So I feel like he easily could have got around a 15 point per game score.
He is literally he's gonna go to Hall of Fame just for doing all the little things that
Yep.
that don't come up on the stat sheet. Like he's the best at that. And that's what like those type of people help you win games.
Absolutely.
Like
If you look at every team that's ever won, you got to have those guys.
you gotta have them. You
And when you
gotta
talk about those kind of guys, Draymond is kind of like the LeBron James of those kind of players.
Mhm.
That is the guy. When you talk about the guy that's going to do all the little things, and you can plug and play him. He can guard 1 through 5.
Or
He's
one
undersized center that can guard 7-footers at times. Like
fast.
he can kind of initiate your offense at times. He's very high IQ. Like we think about those kind of players, he's kind of the top of the line. When you think about like how many of those players are in the Hall of Fame though? Like he's one of the few. What you got like guys like him, like a Dennis Rodman. Like how many more of those guys are really in the Hall of Fame?
Exactly.
So
That
he's
part.
done it to his utmost capabilities, and to arguably the like in terms of that role. Like I said, he's like the LeBron James, the Michael Jordan, the Kobe Bryant of that,
Like
of being
you know,
that glue guy.
like you have to be a great player to even be considered for Hall of Fame when you aren't your team's leading scorer.
Yep.
You know, like you have to be doing something at a
Yeah.
high level for you to even be considered Hall of Fame. You know,
For sure. And he does a lot of other things at a high level.
Yeah, and I think that speaks to his career.
Absolutely. So yeah, that's been that was a trending topic, y'all. So let us know what y'all think. If y'all seen it, I'm sure y'all have. Drop your comments about, man, if y'all on Austin Rivers side, if you on Draymond side.
I want Austin, not Austin Rivers. I want Pat Bev and Draymond next. I want them to.
That's gonna go left real fast. That's gonna go left real fast.
I want to see that. I want to see that debate. I want to see that.
Them two gonna like you know, most people just be yapping, don't really want. I feel like those two, if it's gonna go far enough left, they might meet up and actually squabble somewhere.
Right.
They might pull up like bro. They really might pull up on one of the other podcasts.
I know Pat from Chicago. Where Draymond from?
Saginaw, Michigan.
Michigan.
So they both gonna be. Did you see that clip of Draymond on foul play with Anthony Davis?
Wait, when?
When AD and LeBron was pranking Draymond?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you saw he said he was about to punch him. He was about to punch the actor in his face.
Oh, he was hot. He was so hot. Like,
and that's the thing. He see red because he lost all sight of anything. He was like, "I'll punch you in your mouth." That's what he gonna do to Pat Bev. He gonna lose all train of thought, all bad. So yeah, man, drop y'all comments on how y'all feel about that Draymond Green versus Austin Rivers. Another topic that I seen today, and one that I wholeheartedly agree with. There was a player vote given to us by Bleacher Report about who is the most overrated player in the NBA. And they do a lot of these votes, I feel like, and a lot of times I don't agree. This one, I wholeheartedly agree. The most overrated player rated by their own NBA players was Alperen Sengun. And boy, could I not agree more. That Joker, dude. What? There's nothing that irritates me more than 7-foot tall dudes that like to flail and flop around.
Oh my God.
That is my biggest pet peeve, bro. Like you 7 foot tall, like bro, people barely touch you and you just flail over, bro. Like you the smallest dude on the court. And I can't stand it. And there's a lot of people that flop. Luka flop, SGA flop, Jalen Brunson flop, like
Brown be flopping.
Embiid and Jokic, like all of them flop.
They all do.
But I feel like the way Sengun does it, like it is so exaggerated. It's not even like any contact there. He'll literally start backing somebody down in the post and he'll just flop. Like ain't nobody did nothing to you, bro. You the one that initiated the contact and you flopping.
And all your colleagues know. Everybody who play basketball know it.
Yeah, bro. Like he don't have one go-to move. He do the same thing every time and just hope he make or miss. He do the same little back down thing and just turn around, try to do a bunch of up and unders. Nobody goes for it. Then he throws and then just throws a shot up over the top and hope it goes in.
You see what LeBron said to him on the free throw line?
Yeah, anybody, not you. He could do it, you could do it. Not you, buddy. Not you.
Not you. Anybody else on the
he can't complain about nothing because he's the biggest flop artist in the NBA. I can't stand that dude. Like a bunch of dudes flail to exaggerate calls. Like as much as SGA gets, I feel like a lot of times he actually like there's contact and he'll like really exaggerate it. Mm-hmm. There don't be no contact with Alperen Sengun. He just flop for no reason. He don't even try to like go in a bag and get anything, mainly because he don't have a bag. Part of the reason he's voted most overrated,
Oh,
but
absolutely.
just straight flopping. That's his entire game predicated on flopping. I can't stand it. Bro's been voted an all-star. An all-star means you're one of the 24 best players on the planet. That dude is not one of the 24 best players in the NBA.
No. I don't think
That
no.
dude is nothing but soft and sorry. And I usually try to give players a benefit of the fit of the doubt, but him, I can't stand, bro. Like I said, you can't be that big and sorry. Like you gotta
Who pissed you off more, Rudy Gobert or Sengun?
Sengun by far. Rudy Gobert is more just that the media more so pisses me off with that because I don't believe Rudy Gobert should have 4 defensive player of the years. I don't believe he's that level of defender. I believe he's a good help side shot blocker, but to have 4 defensive player of the years, I feel like you got to be an absolute stopper. Like not only do you block shots, but one-on-one you win your matchup 9 times out of 10. And I'll give him credit in the first series against Denver. He played fantastic defense against Jokic, but Jokic just owned him pretty much all up until that point.
Oh, yeah,
Anthony Davis cooks him. Joel Embiid, they all pretty much have cooked him, leading up to really that series. And so that's why I just feel like in that sense, that's why. So it's not necessarily Rudy Gobert himself. It's more so the media giving him 4 defensive player of the years. Sengun, I can't stand that dude. Sengun has to figure out how to just play basketball, bro. Like I can't. I don't know how to explain it anymore. You can't be that big and sorry.
I didn't know how much I wasn't gonna like him until that playoff series.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. He just got this persona who thinks he's the man already, and it's like, bro, pipe down, bro.
Yeah.
Go take a seat. Like you're not him. Like you're not him right now.
Yeah.
And I think he puts himself on his pedestal. It's like, bro, go sit down. The way he was talking to KD, that's what got me. The way he was talking to KD, like he was his fucking mentor, I was like, oh, you're crazy, bro. You're crazy, bro. Like, bro, seriously, pipe down, bro.
Yeah, he just be doing a bunch of nothing. Like I just like, yeah, man. I don't like, bro. Like just go in the off season, put your head down, get to work, get some actual offensive game. And I'll give him he's a good passer. He's a solid rebounder. But bro, I don't believe he's an all-star level player that like the media voted him and gave him an all-star at one point. Like I don't believe he's that level of a player. Defensively, bro's a traffic cone. Like he's not a scorer. He gets like I said, a lot of his points come off of off of a putback, which is fine. Like there's players in that game, but yeah, as you said, it's just something about him, bro. Like all of that flopping, he got a very like unlikable face.
It's punchable.
Yeah, it's very punchable, and like those kind of players, like they like before they even play, they just rub you the wrong way. So like if they really not good, you really just don't like them because everything about them irk you. All of his flopping, as I mentioned, irks me. His entire like offensive game irks me because nothing about it is like good. Like there's players that are like,
bro, he just be throwing shit up, bro.
Literally.
He just be throwing shit at the backboard, at the rim, and it just happens as it go in. Like
sometimes that's what I'm saying. Every shot of his is just a prayer. Like none of it is like, oh, I hit a good move, and now it's like, oh yeah, now I'm going jump hook. No, it's just I'm just gonna do this little weird back down. Then I'm gonna flop a couple times and flail. Hopefully, I get a call. If I don't, then I'm just gonna turn around. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna try to do an up and under. If they don't bite, oh well, I'm just gonna throw up a jump hook or a stupid fadeaway.
If I was Udoka, oh, he'll piss me off every game.
Yeah,
he'll be on the bench.
Yeah, he doesn't really have a post game. He doesn't have a go-to move, and that's the problem. Everything about him is hoping. Everything about his offense is about hoping the other team, like whoever's defending him, makes the mistake. He can't make them make a mistake. He just hopes that they do. That's the difference. Like the best offensive players in the game make defenders make bad plays. And then even when a defender makes a bad play, they can override it and still go and get themselves a nice bucket in the process, even with great defense. He doesn't cause bad defense. You just got to hope that whoever's guarding him is dumb enough to fall for the same move that he goes to 25 times a game.
Yeah, and you don't realize you in the playoffs, bro. Like you playing teams you're playing the top level defenses, like the top level teams. You're not gonna get those same calls. Like you're not gonna get those same moves off. Like it's different, bro. You got it. It's different.
So he be out there just pissing me off. But yeah, so Yeah, if you got any other thing to say about it, Brevin, go ahead, because I'm about tired of talking to him.
It's warranted. I just think it's funny that the NBA players voted on it. Like everybody just feels the same way about Sengun.
I
Like
think everybody's
it's
seen it
hilarious.
over the last going back to last year when they played Golden State and this year. Everybody's just watching him, bro. Like
Who came in?
he just doesn't have any like and yet I feel like a lot of players feel like the same way you do. And it's just like he walks around with an arrogance as if he is that guy. And it's like, bro, you're not even
They
close to
put
that
that much
guy.
work in, bro.
Like you're not even close to that guy, bro. Like it's one thing, like no matter how you feel about like a Jalen Brown or Jason Tatum or Brunson, despite anything, those dudes are fantastic. You
Yeah,
just don't like Sengun doesn't give you that vibe. It's just like, bro, this dude is like a bland basketball player walking around as I said, as if he's the guy.
yeah, no.
Like, bro, I don't.
I can't stand it. Who was second? Do you know the
I think Gobert was second.
oh, okay.
I want to say Gobert was second.
That's funny.
Let me see it.
That's funny.
Yeah. Well, but I feel like when it comes to Gobert, I feel like a lot of players are similar to me, and like they just don't believe he should have 4 defensive player of the year.
I hate him actually.
So it pisses them off.
I just hate him. I can't stand Rudy. Can't stand him.
Yeah, I don't like him either.
Because
He had
that arrogance too at one point. And I was like, you literally cannot have arrogance. Like you need to be humble because you fucking suck.
Yeah, so Sengun was number 1 with 12% of the votes. Rudy Gobert and Trae Young were tied for second at 8.6. Karl Anthony Towns was 4th at 7.4. Paolo Banchero and John Morant were tied for 5th.
Those are pretty okay. Those are pretty good votes. Those are pretty good.
Yeah, so those were the votes given by the players.
Overrated players. Okay.
Yeah, those were the most overrated players.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like that's a pretty solid list. Because a lot of those guys got something that they need to prove. John Morant got to come back and prove something next year.
I'm surprised Dillon Brooks wasn't on there.
Dillon Brooks has taken an just because Dillon Brooks has gotten better. I feel like a lot of players don't like him because he's doing a lot of antics, but Dillon Brooks has improved massively over the last year or two. He's become a quality starter. He averaged over 20 points this year. He obviously he's going to give you what he does defensively. The thing is, can he keep his emotions in check and not pick up stupid technicals or get himself thrown out of the game? That's his problem right now.
If you starting a team, who would you pick? And you had Draymond and Dillon Brooks on the table, who would you pick?
Well, Draymond right now or Draymond in his prime?
They're same age. Let's do same age.
If they're the same age, I'm going Draymond. Because I feel like Dillon Brooks is
at their prime, I guess. So Dillon Brooks right now, however.
Dillon Brooks right now, I feel like Dillon Brooks is a better scorer than Draymond will ever be. But I feel like all those little things that Draymond does, he does so much more of them than what Dillon Brooks does. And I feel like that, and what's also in that argument, neither one of those guys can be the first or second best player on your team.
Yeah.
And so with that being the case, that you need 2 other stars next to them, I think Draymond will fit better than Dillon Brooks will.
You can plug him in with anybody.
Exactly. I can plug him in and think he's a defensive player of the year. I can let him initiate my offense. I can obviously I know I can put him at the 5, I can put him at the 4, all these different kind of things. And so I would go with that. I feel like Dillon Brooks is another good player to have, but his fit is a little more contentious because I feel like you need what's going to happen if he's I feel like you just need more around Dillon Brooks because he can't him being that 3rd option or 4th option. It's like he's not really involved as much.
Yeah,
I can keep Draymond involved as a 3rd option because I can just allow him to play like the way he's playing right now or in his prime when he had Clay and Steph. I can keep Draymond involved and allow players to play off of him, and he's smart. So I can run dribble handoffs with him, DHOs with him. He can screen. He's good. He's good in the short roll. He's good in all that stuff. Can pass from anywhere. So I feel like there's just many more things I can do with Draymond.
Like that.
Yeah. But if you need somebody to be the best player on the team, obviously you're not winning without one of those guys as the best player on the team. But best player on the team, I think you would go Dillon Brooks because he can score and defend. Whereas Draymond, the scoring is not as high. Obviously, I think Draymond is I think, and Dylan Brooks is a solid defender, but I don't think he's anywhere near the level defender that Draymond is. I think Draymond is a top 5 defender of all time. And I don't think Dylan Brooks is that. So I think him being a top 5 defender of all time is also part of the reason why I take him. But number one player on the team, you got to go Dylan Brooks just because, he can go average. He's averaged like 21 this year. So you're going to need that.
Yeah,
but you're not winning without other guys. Your number one option.
Absolutely not.
So yeah. But that's a good argument to have though. But yeah, anybody, I'll take both of them over Şengün though. Şengün could never play on my team. Şengün could never play on my team.
Yeah, bro. These lives getting picked up on my squad.
Yeah, he can never be on my team, bro. I can't deal with all that. You too big to be flopping like that.
I have to have the last pick, and he has to be the last player on the table for him to play over. For him.
Even then, I'll just be like, I'll play 4 on 5. I don't want, bro.
It's okay. Actually, it's okay. We're fine. 4 on 5.
Yeah, it's fine. We'll figure it out. We'll play zone or something.
Go to another court, Şengün.
Yeah, you ain't on my team, bro. I can't do it. He's just like, bro, I can't. You too big for that. Like, imagine if Shaq just did like Shaq played how Şengün played.
I can't even imagine that.
Bro, you 6'11", 7 foot tall, acting like that. I can't do it. And Jokic flopped too, Embiid flopped too, but Şengün is like I said, it's ridiculous. Like I feel like those guys, Jokic and Embiid, like they kind of like same with SGA, Luka. Those guys are just smart and they get like. Guy's hand will be in the cookie jar and they'll exaggerate the call. Şengün, there's just like nothing happening, bro. You out here flopping.
Yeah.
Like he'll be like bro was in the post being guarded by Marcus Smart and was flopping. Like, bro, what are we doing here?
You're being guarded by someone that's 4 feet smaller than you.
Yeah, and he out here flailing. Like, bro, come on, man. Like, at least do it when you're being guarded by Jackson Hayes or DeAndre Ayton. You doing it being guarded by 6'2" Marcus Smart and you 7 foot tall, 250 pounds. Like, come on, man. You piss me off. So, but yeah, man, I'm done talking about him. Let's get into some just a couple of these playoff series since we haven't talked about them yet. Wolves and the Spurs, and the Wolves were able to go into San Antonio and get game 1. Game 2 is tonight. Probably about to start in a few minutes actually. But man, how you feeling about that series?
Dog, the game was a dog fight. The game was a dog fight. But Minnesota, like they're the truth, man. They're actually really good. And they're like their depth is crazy. Like I had no idea how like those players was gonna show up. But
yeah, I've been preaching it.
Yeah, if they can like stay hot, their depth is incredible. Almost like that's what I'm saying. Like OKC and them is going to be a great matchup because the depth on both teams is really good.
Go ahead, keep talking.
And I think that when you get two teams like that with the depth, like it's a dogfight. Like especially with the Spurs, like the Spurs they were able to keep up because of Wemby. And I don't think that they have enough tools to now, go head to head with Minnesota. Because Minnesota come out hot. They're young. They got, like I said, they got depth. They got people coming off the bench on fire. Bones Highland, and Dosunmu, he didn't even play. And it's like they have such a next man up mentality that it's like you don't have to worry about anything because no matter what happens, the next person that coming in the game gonna come hit. So yeah, man, I like Minnesota a lot, and I like the fact that they're able to show everybody like what they can do, especially not really being a top seed. They're like showing that they deserve to be there, that they deserve to be a top seed.
Yeah. Yeah, I think, like I said, I think the inexperience of the Spurs was going to come into factor when they had to play one of these better teams, whether it was they happened to play the Lakers or if they had to play Timberwolves or Nuggets, the Thunder eventually. I just feel like it was going to be tough for them with no playoff experience. And also, I think the Wolves have a good plan. They kept Wemby out the paint. If you can keep Wemby out the paint, you have a chance to beat the Spurs. Wemby in the paint is going to be like Shaq because once he gets the ball down there ain't nothing you can do to stop him. But what they did was they kept him in the mid range. They kept him at the 3-point line. Wemby's 7'5" and can do everything on the court. You got to live with something. I'm gonna live with him shooting threes and deep fadeaways and deep mid ranges. I'm not gonna live with him in the paint because I know he has a 98% chance of making that shot. And even if he missed, he has another 98% chance to get the rebound.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I want him as far away from the rim as possible. So I'm gonna live if he's making all of his threes and all of his fadeaways and all of his middies, we're gonna shake his hand. But what I'm not gonna do is just simply let him tee off at the rim, catching lobs, dunking the ball. Nah, that ain't happening. And so I felt like they had a good plan. And they can throw a bunch of guys at him. You saw Julius Randle on him at times. You saw Gobert obviously on him at times. You saw Naz Reid on him at times. You saw Jaden McDaniels on him at times. So they got a bunch of guys that they can rotate to keep him away that are all lengthy and bigger defenders, all like 6'9" and above. Mm-hmm. So that's about as good as you can get on him. And then Ant-Man, he closed that game in the fourth quarter. Mm-hmm. On one leg, pretty much. Closed the game. And now they've went and stole one on the road. And we'll see if the experience. We'll see if San Antonio can bounce back because they got to win game 2. If they lose game 2, this series is wraps. They lose both games in San Antonio, it's wraps. They're gonna lose in 5 games. They might get one in Minnesota, maybe, but they're gonna get bounced. So we'll see what their character is made of. I'm expecting them to get game 2, but I'm also still expecting the Wolves. I picked the Wolves in 6 for a lot of the reasons you said, plus the depth and the shooting, and now you got Ant-Man back. So as long as he continues to get right, I think they have a playoff recipe team, as I've been preaching all playoffs, and I think the Spurs are just not ready at that point yet. So we'll see what's gonna happen.
Remember, Minnesota been in the playoffs every year for the past 4 or 5 years, so they have experience, and Spurs is just getting there. So.
Yep, and that's my point. Like the Spurs could get rattled. We don't know how they're gonna react to being down 0-1, especially. And this is a different challenge than Portland. Yeah. But you know that the Wolves are not gonna get like too high, too low. They're not gonna overreact. They've been in these playoffs, and as you said, the Western Conference Finals the last 2 years. They understand what the playoffs are like, so they're not just gonna beat themselves. So we'll see what the Spurs can do. So yeah, man, I'm loving that one. And one other series I wanted to talk about simply because I think both teams are happy that they're on this side of the bracket, because I think if they were playing either one of the other teams, they probably both of them lose. But the Pistons and the Cavs, the Cavs, I'm gonna start with the Cavs. The Cavs, bro, and I talked about it already. Evan Mobley got to show up and be the number 2 option, but it's glaring at this point that he's not gonna step up and be a number 2 option in the NBA. And with that being the case, you got to rely on James Harden, which we know his playoff history has not lended well to that.
Tell you.
And game 1 was more of that. He was 6 of 15, which is under 50%. It's not too bad. It's not 6 of 21 or anything like that. But again, it's still relatively inefficient. That's about 45% or less. And you had 7 big turnovers. And what I will say works for the Cavs is that despite all that, they came back in the second half and they had a chance to win that game. But I think Donovan Mitchell needs more. He only took 19 shots, and a couple of those were at the end where he was just kind of throwing up a couple of shots and the game was already over. Donovan Mitchell has to shoot the ball 25 times in this series.
Yeah,
they don't. I don't think they really have a guy to guard him because they're not going to put. I think Cade is would be a good matchup for him because Cade has also more size, good lateral quickness, all that stuff. Mm-hmm. But you're not going to put Cade on Donovan Mitchell for 48 minutes because you're going to hurt Cade offensively. And the rest of those guys, I feel like, are a little too small to guard Donovan Mitchell because even like those guys might be quick or whatnot, but Donovan Mitchell got a little bit he's a big body for a point guard. And so when he puts that shoulder into people, they move around. And so I just don't think they have anybody that can really deal with him. And so I think he needs to shoot 25 shots, but they need James Harden to show up, man. Also, Jared Allen also has not played great. So going on. And then for the Pistons, the Pistons are just Tobias has been consistent over the last couple games of that last series against Detroit and going into game 1 in this series. He had been pretty good, and really helped because Cade had an off night in game 1. They still got the W. Yeah. But the Pistons, again, that's a team with a lot of no experience, but they also just don't have because I don't trust Tobias Harris against better teams. Mm-hmm. I feel like I said, that side of the bracket they were on really helped. Playing against the Magic, I ain't worried about the Magic. The Cavs are like, If you were playing the Sixers, although Joel Embiid is out tonight, he just got hurt again. Yep, he out tonight. But you got to play the Sixers or the Knicks. I think that's where one of these teams go into trouble. I think whoever wins the Knicks Sixers series is the team going to the finals.
Yeah, and it's looking like the Knicks right now.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because Embiid's missing game 2. That game's on right now. Let's see what the score is.
Unless they can muscle up some fight.
Sixers up 3 right now.
Okay.
With 8 minutes left in the second.
Okay.
So we'll see how that go. Maxey cooking, Paul George cooking. Oubre 3 for 3.
Great.
Because Jalen Brunson was the one that got cooked. He got cooking early, and they couldn't turn him off. Once he got going in game 1, it was over with.
You said who?
Jalen Brunson.
Okay.
He got cooking early, and from there, the Knicks just kind of ran away with the game.
Yeah. But yeah, it's been an interesting playoffs, so only time will tell who comes out.
Yeah, sir. So all right, man, that's a lot of our actually we got one more topic. We do our top five. And this week we hitting our small forwards. Top 5 small forwards of all time. I'm gonna let Brevin take it away.
So this one I had to do some thinking about. Let me see. Top 5 small forwards. So of course, hold on, let me go to my notes. Real quick. Where he's at. All right. So of course, first, I'm going top 5. LeBron James. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. It gotta be. Even though he can't be a 1, he's a small forward, guys. And a 6'8" truck.
Mac truck.
Bulldozer. But yeah, gotta go LeBron. Number 2, I was on the fence about this one because sometimes I go back and forth which position he plays. But KD is my second. Right behind Kobe, I feel, in scoring. At the ability to score the ball. KD is versatile, can shoot over anybody. That mid-range is deadly, and even give you a dunk now and then. Shoot.
And he's 7 foot tall.
Lord have mercy. 7 foot tall. Next, I gotta go. Now this where it get a little funny. I think I'm gonna go Larry Bird. Larry. Gotta put Larry on there. Can't be disrespectful. Just Larry. Larry's Larry. Boston, everybody, even though I never got to see him play, everybody talk about Larry. Deadly mid-range. You can do all this stuff. He get you in them. So I'm gonna go Larry, and then I actually got a few old heads on here. I'm gonna go Scottie Pippen, and then last, can't wait to. I'm not putting. Sorry, y'all. I'm not putting Kawhi up here yet.
But you out your damn mind not putting Kawhi.
I'm not putting Kawhi up.
You out your damn mind not putting Kawhi on this list.
He didn't make my top 5. Okay.
You can't put Scottie on here and not have Kawhi on here.
I didn't put Scottie up here.
I can argue Scottie's greatest thing is his defense, and I can argue Kawhi is a better defender, and there's no question Kawhi's a better offensive player.
Scottie, I was going back, Scottie Pippen, I was going back and forth if he was 5 or if he was 4. Because I honestly think him and, you want to know my last one?
What's your last one?
Dr. J.
Bro, you didn't watch bro play.
No, but I like his highlights. I like it. Ooh.
I don't mind Doc.
Bro, Doc, his highlight, he was like the first not the first, but, well, yeah. He was jumping out the gym.
That's because his best years were actually in the ABA before he got to the NBA. So his best year, he was like one of those first high risers. He just wasn't in the NBA as long. His prime years, like Dr. J with the afro, that was in the ABA.
Yeah. That was before. Obviously that was before Michael Jordan, but
yeah,
that was when he was schooling Magic Johnson.
Yeah, so that was in the ABA.
Yeah.
But he did, they beat the Sixers. That team, they beat the Lakers in what, 81?
Yeah, but then then we could talk about. Yeah, I don't think Kawhi Leonard's going lower than 7.
7?
Yeah, no, I don't think he's going lower than 7. No,
that's because he's in the 5. Who's 6? Who's 6?
6. I mean, you got Elgin Baylor. You got James Worthy.
Elgin don't got a title. No. Elgin don't got a title. if like outside of point guard,
two-way player though.
outside of point guard, because most of them don't really like. You think of like Steph, Magic, they all got chips, but a lot of the rest, and Isaiah Thomas, but the rest of them, Chris Paul don't got one. Chris Paul don't got one. Russ don't got one. Steve Nash don't got one. J Kidd does have one. But out of the Oscar has one. A lot of them, but in totality, a lot of them don't have. But the shooting guards, the small forwards, a lot of them got. Yeah, he can't. Kawhi got 2 chips, 2 Finals MVPs, a Defensive Player of the Year.
Well, I had to say Elgin and James Worthy. I had to.
Hey, now, bruh, Kawhi in the 5. Kawhi's in the 5.
They're Lakers, so they get the extra points. Okay.
Nah. Kawhi's hell no. Kawhi's in the 5. Here, I'm gonna give y'all my list because the fact that he didn't have Kawhi on there, this nigga tripping.
Kawhi could be 6th.
This nigga tripping. Kawhi ain't in the 5. Kawhi got to be in there. He's at least, if you put him at 5, okay, but Kawhi got to be there. LeBron is 1. Mm-hmm. I got Kevin Durant at 2. I'm going out of like for me because I love defense so much. Kawhi is 3. Larry Bird is 4, and I'm going Scotty at 5.
Okay.
Scotty can't be above Kawhi on the list.
Okay.
Because even if you want to give Scotty, he's a better defender. It's only by a little bit. Offensively, though, the gap is massive.
Yeah, because he was a two-way. He was a two-way. But I feel Scotty was kind of like a prototype LeBron.
But he wasn't LeBron.
No, he wasn't. No, there's no one.
You could be similar, but you ain't him.
No one is LeBron.
The prototype is really Grant Hill. He just got hurt.
Yeah, but he's a 6-time champion.
He played next to Mike.
And Mike played next to him.
Yeah, that's true. It all takes a team, but we can't. But he wasn't the driving force of that team. Kawhi got 2 Finals MVPs. One of them, he wasn't the driving force of the team, but in the finals he was that year. And then he got another one in 2019 where he carried Toronto by himself.
He had a really good team.
Huh?
He had a really good team.
Yeah, to win a championship, you got to have a good team. But he was the best player without question. Scotty was never better than Mike.
Okay.
And I'm saying, and player for player, that's my thing. Like because even if you want to give Scotty the better defender, again, it's not by much. Kawhi is one of the 5 greatest defenders of all time, probably. So even if you want to give him the better defender, it ain't by much. But offensively, there is no question who's the better offensive player.
Yeah, no, you're right. No, offensively, Scotty's not even close.
And Kawhi clutch. Kawhi got playoff buzzer beaters.
Yes.
Finals MVPs.
I just feel he had really good teams. He had pretty good teams.
Oh, you saying Scotty didn't?
Huh?
You saying Scotty didn't?
I'm not saying that at all.
All I'm saying, you said Kawhi had pretty good teams, like Scotty wasn't playing next to Michael Jordan.
No, 100%. But I don't know. I feel like at the end of the day, like he got 6 championships.
What does that have to do with Robert Horry got 7?
Okay, that's crazy. No.
But that's what I'm saying. What you can't just bring the champion, like if you want to.
Well, I mean,
if Scotty was in the role Mike was, and then Mike was in the Scotty role, okay, he was the driving force of 6 chips. Mm-hmm. What happened when Mike wasn't there?
He didn't win shit.
Yeah.
Same thing though. When Mike didn't have Scotty's, Mike didn't win nothing either.
No, I agree with that. But ain't nobody won by themselves. My point is, like when Mike went away, ain't nobody was talking about, the Bulls or whatever other team that he was on was ready to go win a chip. Mm-hmm. It don't matter what team Kawhi go to, as long as he's on the court, you feel like they got some kind of chance. When he went to Toronto, it was like, oh man, they went and got him. And then they go and win a chip. Now some of that was obviously because Golden State was hurt, but.
It's just something about Kawhi that it just don't get me. Like bro ain't never on the court. Bro have a good team every year and get bumped out the playoffs. Like it's just something about Kawhi that I just don't really rock with. And he a Clipper.
Well, that's what you don't rock with, is that he's a Clipper. But my thing is though, like what I'm saying, when we just compare the basketball player, if you take everything out aside, you just compare the basketball player.
Nah, he's not. Yeah, nah.
Kawhi is better than Scottie Pippen. And now you shift it. Now you take back and bring in all their accolades. The only thing that Scottie has over Kawhi is championships, but Scottie wasn't the main player driving that force. Obviously, he's the second best player, and he's instrumental to carrying that team and for them winning championships. But he wasn't driving that force, so you can't compare the sidekick to the driver. That's why it was so important that Kobe had to go and get 2, because if Kobe never would have got 2, he was always going to be the sidekick.
Yeah. Okay. I mean,
Scotty's always going to be in that light. He's the sidekick. He had those 2 years in between Mike. He never won anything, and then after Mike, he never won anything. Is that fair? Who's to say? But when you do have a guy that goes and leads a team to a championship, and he has 2 championships and 2 Finals MVPs, he's performing his best on the biggest stage.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Like I said, we got Kawhi playoff moments. Can you think of a Scotty playoff moment?
Well, no, I didn't watch Scotty. But
I'm saying I didn't see Magic Johnson, but we all know Magic shooting the mini hook in the finals. We all know him going to center and getting 42, 15, and 8.
Yeah.
What about Scotty though? Can you think of a magical Scotty playoff game? All you think about is Michael Jordan hitting shot after shot after shot after shot. Yeah, not that Scotty didn't play well, but what moment did he have?
That's all they talk about. I'm sure we could pull up his stats and see that he was important to the team. It's just,
of course he was.
Michael Jordan was just all they talked about.
But I'm saying there's moments though. What moment does he have? Like we got Kawhi, that like all those 4 bounces in Toronto where he knocks out the Sixers. Like we got moments.
He made Joel Embiid cry.
Yeah, we got moments.
Yeah, it's all right. I mean, I get it.
Scotty can't be above Kawhi. I don't know, because I just don't know how you spin it. Like, because if the determination is championships, then Larry Bird got to be second above KD in your ranking.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know.
Hey, this is good right here. We never argue, chat. This is good. I love this.
We never really disagree.
This is good right here, chat.
But I don't know. Like Kawhi has. Yeah, no, he was. I mean, technically, yeah, he won MVP, but he wasn't the driving force of that team all year. So I mean, I can't just say he's the driving force for the team on the Spurs that had Ginobili, Tony Parker, and Tim Duncan, who again are all in the Hall of Fame. Mm-hmm. Like I can't. Yes, he had awesome numbers in the playoffs, but he wasn't he wasn't the whole reason that they got there in the first place.
Okay. We can let's say he never won in San Antonio. What about Toronto? He did something that Scotty ain't do. Lead a team to a chip.
Yes, but that would be one.
But I'm saying he did. But I'm saying, okay, now let's shift it. What do you think happened? Let's say LeBron and Kawhi teamed up. How many chips you think they get?
Kawhi and LeBron?
Yeah. How many chips you think they get? A lot or a little?
Depends on who on their team.
A lot or a little?
It depends on who on their team.
A lot or a little?
Oh, shoot, there'll be favorites. There'll be favorites to win for sure. There'll be favorites to win.
Yeah, my thing. I just don't know. I don't know what argument we can use to put Scotty ahead. Like I said, because if it's gonna be championships, then Bird gotta go above KD because Bird got 3, and Bird got 3 MVPs.
I need to see him play more. I need to see him on the court. I'm not saying he would never crack 5. I just don't think.
No, there's no way Kawhi's not already in the 5.
I don't think he should be.
Does Scotty have a Defensive Player of the Year?
I don't know. Actually, that's a good question.
He ain't never won a Defensive Player of the Year. Kawhi got a Defensive Player of the Year. Kawhi got a Defensive Player of the Year. Like I said, I think Kawhi's a better. I like Kawhi as a better defender over Scotty. Mm-hmm. But even if you want to argue that they even or Scotty's a little better, fine, have at it. Scotty ain't never averaging 28 points per game.
Bro, let me be biased.
Hey, man. You could have been biased. The problem was that you left him out. You better put him in the 5.
Yeah, he'll get there.
And that's my thing. If Scotty's in the 5, he got to be in the, because he's better than Scotty.
Yeah. He'll be there.
You better fix that list, partner.
He'll be there. Better fix that list. Oh, Maddox is gonna love this. I'm not defending Kawhi, Maddox.
Hey, bro, that's the thing, bro. I'm a Laker fan too, and
I'm just messing.
K-Dot, bro. Kawhi, come on. Kawhi got to be in the 5.
Kawhi nice.
Kawhi can't be no further than 4. The top four has to be Bron, KD, Bird, Kawhi in some kind of order.
Okay. I mean,
I like Dr. J's a good one, but I feel like Dr. J didn't have enough NBA years. A lot of them was ABA.
That's why I didn't. That's why I put him under Scotty. And I just didn't. I think I ain't gonna lie. I think I was just being petty. I think I just didn't want to put Kawhi up there.
Kawhi gotta be in the 5, bro.
I didn't want to put Kawhi up there, bro.
Kawhi gotta be in the 5, bro. That dude is spectacular.
When he's available,
yes, but he's been on the court enough to go get him 2 chips and a Defensive Player of the Year. And like I said again, he was a driving force of a championship team, like the force.
Toronto was also really good.
And yeah, he wasn't the main force all year for them Spurs. But the Spurs don't beat LeBron and the Heat in 2014 if Kawhi ain't on that team.
Well, they actually, they lost 1 year too though.
They lost the year before
when Kawhi missed those free throws.
They lost the year. They won. They lost 2013. They won 2014. The Spurs, that is.
But hey, that was good. Good discussion.
Yeah, and that first final, that was what Kawhi. That first Finals MVP was what, his 3rd year in the league.
Yeah.
And he low-key had a chance. They played. It was only game 1. As what you say?
I said it's his 3rd or 2nd. I think it was his 3rd.
He was drafted in 2011, so his first year would have been 11-12. The year they lost was his 2nd year.
Yes.
2013 was the year they lost. 2014, the year they won, would have been his 3rd year.
Dang, you know who we forgot? Where are you putting Carmelo on this list?
Carmelo for me would have been now after that 5 would be after those 4, that was my again, I like, for me, like Dr. J, I don't put those kind of players in. I just don't know how to judge it. Especially Dr. J, because he also played in the ABA. But my 5th would have been Scotty or Melo. But I am a fan. I like two-way, so I'm gonna go Scotty. But I think Melo. But I can understand somebody putting Melo there too. Problem is the thing about Melo is Melo doesn't have like where Kawhi got finals, MVPs, and Melo don't have a championship.
It sucks. And he always had a squad too.
Yeah, like he got a scoring title, but Melo doesn't have a championship. He doesn't have an MVP. He doesn't have a finals MVP.
But it's also tough because he was also always playing against Kobe.
That's what he ran into. I mean, then he went to New York. Yeah. They had a good 2012, 2013 year, but they just couldn't get it done.
The East was actually good at one point.
But yeah, so that's my thing too. And another thing, like, I guess, I mean, also I wasn't really around then.
Always a little dry.
I wasn't really around then to like really know. But was Scotty, like, I don't believe Scotty was ever argued to be the best player in the world. There's a conversation. There's been multiple conversations to be had of when he's healthy, obviously, is Kawhi the best player in the world? I don't know if Scotty ever reached that point. Like, because obviously when Mike was playing, he wasn't better than Mike. The 2 years Mike left,
it's also like he was also just overshadowed.
The year Mike left, I think it was undoubtedly Hakeem. The 2 years anyway, Hakeem was they went back to back as well. Hakeem Olajuwon was the best player, and then after MJ retires the second time, it's like Shaq kind of takes over the league, and then here comes Kobe and Duncan. So it's like, I don't know, but yeah, that's our top 5 small forwards. Let us know who y'all top 5 small forwards are.
Top five.
Drop y'all comments. You dig what I'm saying? So now we're gonna get into some topics outside of sports and this topic I know Brevin wanted to talk about. All y'all that watch that Love Island Beyond the Villa. I watched the regular Love Island season, but I don't be watching Love Island Beyond the Villa. But I have seen some clips on TikTok. It seems like it's getting messy.
You're saving yourself a headache.
Seems like it's getting messy. So Brevin, let me know what's going on.
I'm gonna make this quick. Hannah, she's a total different person.
Oh yeah, because I liked her during the actual while they was in the
total different person. I don't know what's gotten into her. Why she feel like she just all like about business now, but girl, we see right through it. Let me tell you, Iris. Oh God. Oh, them two they just, man, all of a sudden they heads is in the clouds because they like the main source of the show. Now they just, you can tell it's going to the heads. TJ is, excuse my language. Nah, I ain't even gonna say it. He a sucker. TJ is a sucker. But yeah, man, they just, I don't know. I feel like what they doing this year, what they doing in this show, if somebody was to do to them, they'd be throwing a pity party, playing victim. I just don't rock with it. And honestly, Honestly, I am on like they got this like live little scandal going on with like trying to make Pepe the bad guy, trying to
Oh
make
yeah, see that's what I've
him,
seen on TikTok, and it seemed like
bro. They try,
Pepe getting his time. He's getting his due. That
yeah,
everybody finally seen that they lying.
yeah, bro. And like the whole time he just been chilling. Like Nas is really speaking on it. Like he been chilling, and now shit's starting to hit the fan, and shit starting to backfire on them. And it's just like, yeah, man, like he handled it the right way, and y'all feel. I feel like it's all for clout and all like trying to stay relevant and like trying to get people on their side. But it's like that shit's not genuine, and people gonna sniff that out. Um, so it's just it's real like it's real messy, like it's real like annoying. Like even Amaya Papaya, like Amaya,
Oh,
bruh.
she pissed me off during the
Oh
season.
my
Oh, she was
god. Oh, she
she
gonna
was
be.
annoying, and I knew she was faked in,
Oh,
putting
bruh,
on that persona. I ain't watch like I said, I ain't watched Beyond the Villa, but I didn't have to watch Beyond the Villa. But no, she was faking, and she was on some BS. Ain't nobody act like that. What
bruh.
she can't even talk. She can't even speak. Get him out of here.
Yeah, you pissed now. If you watch that show, I be watching it, not watching it. Like I'll be listening, but I'll be like reading or playing the game. And I just be like, what is going on, bruh? It just yeah, they just want to be so grown, but they act so immature. It's crazy. It's so crazy.
I
Yeah.
think like based off what I've seen off TikTok, it's like everybody was like, coming out the villa, they was all on Iris's, side and
Mhm.
whatnot because Pepe quiet and he like, why like, bro, the truth gonna come to light.
Yeah,
It's
it
always
will.
gonna come to light. Just because somebody like to chill in the background and don't try to be in the drama, don't mean that they wrong. And now when the
Hell yeah.
receipts pull up, hey man, we're gonna have a problem. Because I saw something, it was like, oh, my phone turned off or my phone dead. Girl, your phone was bright as hell. Your shit was not dead, girl.
In the screenshot.
Yeah,
Like,
that was not dead. You
oh
screenshotted
god,
that thing, and that thing was like you clipped it. Like that definitely could not have been from him.
bruh. And
If
yeah, it's just all messy. It seemed like she was trying to hide. Like then like bro, like like they had a conversation. This would tick me off. They had a conversation or Pepe came to like it was I think it was Hannah's party. Um and he came to like have a conversation. So TJ walks over and like, hey, we got to talk. And like he like, all right, let's talk. Iris walks over and is like, actually, Pepe is like, actually, can I just have a conversation with TJ? I want to speak to him man to man. She's like, no, this is my boyfriend, so we're gonna stay together. And I'm like, what? And TJ just he's so soft. He just like let her dictate what's going on. And it's weird because
he coochie whipped,
right, that's what it's saying. Because honestly, if my girlfriend was to do that, then I would feel like she's trying to hide something that she wants to make sure she can get in front of whatever information that we're about to talk about.
yeah,
Like, no, if we need to talk man to man, you don't need to be in this
you
conversation.
don't need to be here.
Like, I wouldn't do that with you and if you asked for space with your girlfriend, like I wouldn't do that. Like,
Yeah.
so it just seemed like she was trying to hide something. It's real messy, bro. Real messy, real childish. Taylor is my favorite person on there. And yeah, because he's just out the way. Taylor, like, he's doing his veterinarian, he got a ranch, like he doing his own thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's messy. But yeah, man, if you a fan, I know everybody's like they Hannah and Iris getting so much backlash right now. So I know if you listening, I know how you feel
Well,
if you watch the show
it
because
seemed like they trying to keep like all the drama going because what I saw.
they are because I mean, like I said, it's clout. It's all they trying to keep their name buzzing.
Because what I saw in the like in one of them the TikTok clips that I seen, it was like she was like, if you want this all, he was like, Pepe was like, I want this to be over with, blah blah blah. She was like, all right, apologize, and so he apologized, and she was like, oh, now your apology fake, like bruh, like
Bruh, like
trying to
what
like
do you want? Like
and
what do
and
you
like and like sometimes an apology can come off as fake. His did not come off that way. It wasn't like he was trying to get it over with nothing. He was having a normal conversation,
right?
like regularly voice, wasn't raising his voice, none of that. And she like, oh, now it's fake. Like, bro, like you just want drama to come on. And
Yeah.
it seemed like as you said, like all these people like what's her name, Hannah. She trying to keep all the drama going. Now she
And
trying to be in
I
everybody
don't even
trying
get
to be in everybody else's business. Like,
I
And
don't
that's the
even get
problem.
Hannah's stance. I don't even know how the hell she even in the damn. Like, I don't even know how she even in the beef. Like,
Because that's how, and I don't want to say all women, but a lot of women. This is like yeah, have your girls back. We got it. But like when they having a conversation with whoever, like, bro, you don't need to be in that. You
doing
don't
too
need to be in that. Keep your like when she come and talk to you, talk to her. But you don't need to be up in there trying to throw your 2 cents into information, bro. Like this is between Iris and Pepe. Even TJ, like don't even need to be in it. He want to come. I guess that's a little more reason because he's the boyfriend. But you, like, bro, Hannah, stay outside. You are not like just because she come and tell you this, you don't need to be in this conversation with them, bro. Like,
yeah,
stay where you at. Stay in your lane.
yeah, bro. It's very, very annoying. Very like it's because they just not the characters. They just not the people that you saw in the villa. Now it just seemed fake. Everything just seemed fake. Everything seemed forced,
Yeah.
scripted. Like it's kind of kind of icky.
Yep. They trying to get more sponsors and whatnot. They're trying to make more money now because now they know that, if they stay in the drama, that's what's gonna drive them sales. People gonna
Hella
keep
cringy.
their name in their algorithm.
Hella
And so,
cringy.
and so that's what they want.
Jeremiah Lane. Oh my
Like I
God,
said, she
bro.
been lame. I hated
Lane,
her back when the
bro.
season started. I knew she was fake. I couldn't believe that she won. Everybody made excuses for her. She should have been out that villa
Jeremiah,
so long ago. They kept keeping her in. And I'm like, why does she keep getting all this special? Like, bruh, she was nah.
yeah. No, I'm
Nah.
I'm talking about Jeremiah. Jeremiah lame. Jeremiah
Oh,
is the lamest, bro.
yeah.
He crazy.
Yeah, I wasn't big on him either. He was just more so like whatever, but it was like, yeah, he give me like like he ain't a like I
Like
don't
gay.
want to say the word, but like he ain't down with the boys, like bro.
Yeah, nah. He can we say
Like,
that word?
like yeah, like bro, you ain't
Bro
like
is bro zesty.
like yeah,
Nah,
like I said, you ain't down with the boys, but you down in the boys another way. Like, bro, I don't know
because
how you
even like Pepe tried to shake his hand, he talking about, "Nah, I'm good, bro." Like,
yeah, bro,
bro,
like get
pipe
out of here.
down. Be trying to seem so hard, bro. Like,
Yeah. But that's the thing that they in. They come out that villa and they try to keep the mentions up and all that stuff. So that's the kind of thing that they be on.
somebody call out Pepe, call a fade,
Yeah, run it. See what
run it.
happens. We'll see what happens. But yeah, we're gonna be on this. We got to do this like we got to be like up to date. Like in the summer come when the new season comes. Because I watch that. Me and Jordan will watch that. So we got to come on like a daily like episode recap
Yeah,
for like a lab. We'll do like a 20 like a 15-20 minute recap of what just happened in the episode.
yeah.
Yeah, we'll be on that. So make sure y'all tap in. And we got one more subject to tackle, man. It was just a question that I had seen earlier on social media somewhere. And it was like, is it ever okay to break up with someone over text? How you feel about that, Brevin?
Never okay.
Oh, this is gonna be good because I completely disagree.
I don't think you should never break up with somebody over text. I think that definitely deserves an in-person conversation. Sometimes how I look at it, I just feel like if I was to break up with text, I feel like I'm running. I'll feel like that I'm trying to hide behind the phone, and I never want that. I never want that image to be the last image that you remember me by. Like I want you to remember me as me having integrity and being like, nah, this is not working out because of this. And I want you to really feel my expression, especially if I'm breaking up with you for a reason that like something that you did. Like I want you to feel that. Like I want you to feel where I'm coming from. And sometimes I feel like it could get miscrewed through text messages, especially and then especially if like it's dragged out. Like sometimes I feel like my sometimes text message can be like misread and then it can make something that's supposed to be short length and drug out. And I feel like I don't know if it's something that important, I feel like it need to be said in person.
I disagree.
Yeah.
Now here's what I'll say. If you got time in, then yeah, I feel like you should send a text. Like if we got some time in. If we ain't got no time in, bro, all you really need is a text, bro. We ain't been at it that long, bro. Like kick rocks. It ain't working.
It ain't working. Kick rocks.
It ain't working. We don't need to. I don't need to meet you in person. We're like I said, if you got time in, if you've been in and it's been a good minute, like it's been over a year or something like that, and y'all really been kicking it and all that stuff, it ain't work out. I got you. But like y'all really ain't hit a year yet. Like y'all really wasn't that locked in.
Yeah, that's different.
Y'all really ain't locked in. So I feel like it just depends on the scenario. But yeah, if we about like less than a year, definitely less than like 9 months. Yeah, nah, bro. I like.
Yeah, nah.
Will it be nice if they tell your person? Sure. But do they need to? Like, nah, bro. Y'all ain't got time in like that.
Yeah. No. And I don't. And if it's that short, I think it's better for both parties. If like that's what it is, for it to be that short and sweet, and for you to get over, like I feel like that'll help you get over it. Because yeah, honestly, if it's that short, a girl break up with me, you could text me
what we meeting up for? Like, bro, we don't need all that. Like I said, yeah, y'all been at it. You know, you've been over a year. You're at a year and a half, 2 months. Like, yeah, that deserves a conversation.
Yeah, I feel like that's because then I feel like if we have a conversation, then we can decide together if this is something that we want to fight for, or if it's something that I think we should separate or go our separate ways. But a year, I mean, it ain't that. I don't even think we ain't even celebrate a 1 year anniversary.
Yeah, because I also feel like if you got time in, the conversation is not just gonna come up like I'm just gonna break up with you. It's gonna be like I'm feeling this way, and I don't know if I continue wanting to do this if things go this way. But when you ain't got time in, it's like, man, this shit ain't working. Peace out. Kick rocks. Like catch you on the flip side. If I never see you again, it's too soon type shit.
Yeah, because I feel like in that first 6 months, you know if you really like somebody or if you don't.
Yeah, so it's like, clean break, let's get it on. But when you got time in, now it makes sense. You're gonna come down. Like I said, I think I don't think you're just gonna come. It's gonna a random day. Y'all just gonna break up. It'll be like an accumulation of things that y'all probably talked about. And it's just like it ain't working for either both parties or one of the parties, and they just want to be done. But that's going to be a conversation, like multiple conversations y'all probably had. But just breaking up over text. If you just breaking up over text, that means you done in that moment, which is probably like y'all ain't put time in.
Yeah. If you done in that moment, you done. It's a wrap.
Yeah. So that's how I feel about that. Yeah. If you need to break up over text, just do it. Just get that thing over with, man. I do think. I mean, if you break up with somebody over text that's put in that and y'all got time in, now I think that is crazy. It's a little crazy. I can respect it. You just want to be done. I can respect that part. But to have a couple years in and you just I'm good. That's crazy. That's like lunatic kind of behavior.
Yeah, and I think it just depends on who you're dealing with. It could go the opposite way. Whereas if you talk to this person, if you break up with this person in person, and then it's going to be a whole drama party, and they gonna wanna fight, and but if you really done, and it's I don't want to go through that, then I feel like that's appropriate, or at least a phone call,
Yeah.
But because like I said, I feel like sometimes texts you can get mixed thoughts, and you can misread messages. So I feel like it's easier to portray your emotions when you can either hear your voice or when they can see your face.
But yeah, I think that's for a conversation. I feel like if you breaking up over text, you don't care about that. You trying to get this shit. You trying to rip the Band-Aid off. You trying to you don't care about that. If it's misconstrued, however she taking it, I don't care. I want this to be done with.
Yeah.
Because I feel like for you to break up with somebody over text, it's whatever just happened. I ain't with you. And so I feel like if it's at that point and somebody just did that, I ain't got no problem with it.
Yeah.
For that to happen. Now I will say
I wouldn't judge either, because I'm sure we all been there.
Well, in high school that was the shit, bro.
Yeah.
Everything was over the text in high school.
Shoot,
you ask somebody out and I'm not gonna say high school, maybe middle school. Middle school, you ask somebody out over text.
Yeah.
You come to school the next day and it's y'all don't even see each other. then it's like, everybody gather around waiting for y'all to hug or some shit. And the whole group like crowded around. And you do that little sideways hug, and then you bounce out. You get up out of there. You go back home, and you text, and you be like, "Man, I would have kissed you. I would have kissed you or hugged you longer, but there was too many people around." Type shit.
Yeah,
those were the days, though.
those are the days.
Those were the days.
Shit was simple.
I be telling everybody, like all the fifth graders that at the school I'm at, I'm like, man, y'all about to have the best time of your life. I said, I think middle school is the best time simply because it's the last time. Like middle school through like 10th grade, it's the last time you don't like all you get to do is have fun, be with your friends, and not really have a care in the world. Like no bills, no nothing. Once you get to like 11th grade, now you like starting to worry about college and all that stuff. Obviously in college you do fun stuff, but you're still worried about papers and exams and all that stuff. In middle school, you ain't worried about that. It's all about kicking it, talking to the honeys, talking to whatever, just chilling, being with your friends, going to the movies, doing all that kind of thing, going to bonfires and doing all that kind of thing. No care in the world, because all you're gonna do is get up and come to school the next day, and that's about it. No bills, no nothing. But from there through like 10th grade, and then once you hit like 11th grade, from there everything now all the pressure and stuff start bouncing. So I think it's like 6th grade to 10th grade. That's like the sweet spot. And then like below 6th grade, it's like it's fun because you don't have a care, but you don't get to do the exact, like you don't get to go to the mall with your friends. You don't get to go to the movies with your friends. You still got to go with your parents and shit like that. So like,
I mean, but I feel like when I was in the 10th going to 12th is like when I was most free. I feel like that was when like I was going to like the mall and to bonfires and shit with my friends by myself.
Well, yeah, no, I feel like like senior year is, well, I had a COVID year, like the second part, but going like you still do fun stuff, 11th grade, 12th grade, college. But what I'm saying is like, I feel like that 6th to 10th grade, there's no care because all you get to do is just hang out with no worries of anything. Once you get to like 11th, 12th grade and in college, you go to the bonfires, you go to college parties, but you have the party. Now you got to wake up and you got to worry about, your midterm exam in the morning.
I get what you're saying. Yeah,
6th through like 10th grade, you can go and kick it at the bonfire and wake up, and you ain't got to care in the world about what's happening tomorrow. You ain't got to pay rent. You ain't got to go to work. You ain't got to like, you might have a little tiny exam or whatever, but you ain't worried about, all the rest of that. So like all the real world stuff don't really matter yet. That sweet spot, 6th to like 10th grade. And once you start about 11th grade is when all that, like you still have fun. And I can even you start having more fun because you get older and you start doing more stuff, especially in college. And now you're able to drink and whatnot legally. Bars. Yeah. So you start. So yeah. But on the flip side, you have that fun, but you don't get to just stay in the fun. You have to shut the fun off and get to whether you got to go to work, you got to take midterms, you got to take finals, all that stuff. That 6th to 10th grade, I think it's a sweet spot for everyone. If you blessed to be able to do it.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? All right. Well, that's a wrap on this episode of Getting Buckets, man. I'm Will. That is Brett. We'll be back next week, man. If y'all got some more comments, whether basketball or other topics, man, that y'all want us to tap into, make sure y'all drop them in the comments. Make sure I hit that like button. Make sure I hit that subscribe button.